What's going on, my fellow rockers? We are on the Quarm server during the Lukeland era with the current Zeal 1.3.8. We are here outside Old Sibyllus, looking to go inside in order to obtain the Breath of Harmony. I never thought I'd be back here doing this, but this is cool. I mentioned the new Zeal for a reason. So this Breath of Harmony is actually pretty nice weapon. That's my favorite weapon. Going through the Kunark era, coupled with the Epic, because it does give an instant cast of Niv's Melody of Preservation, which gives you 10 strength for at least the base stats, 10 strength, absorb magic damage 10, hit points, your regeneration by at least 6 starting out, and then moving up. So we want it for the hit point regeneration. And what is unique now with the Zeal is that we can cast this from the bag slot. So we don't have to equip it. And this is super nice, right? So now this allows us potentially to twist 6 songs. So to get into that real quick, and just to kind of show it, I have 2 macros made. One is using currently, there is another way, someone can let me know. Just the main 2 ways that I will handle or show this is I do have 5 songs, 5 buff songs, and then I will type in /use item in this macro. 1, which corresponds to the first bag slot, and then 2, which corresponds to the second position inside the bag slot. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool, and then your bag slots all the way down as well. So that's how you would use the item from the bag slot. So when I play this, I'll look over here to my songs. It incorporated Nivs into the twist so far. The problem with this method is that it will only do it once. So my last song in the lineup is the Psalm, and it will repeat. And as you see, melody will fall off in this instance. So what you would have to do now is every time it goes down to the last song, you have to re-click the macro. So Song of Warmth, and then I will click it again, and it's already back on, doing that route. Another way that I found to do this is to have a basic melody line of whatever you're playing, and then another macro of the use item itself. So use item bag 1, position 2. And so when you play your regular melody, at any point, you can either click it, or I just hit my actual keyboard corresponding to my hotkeys, which is 2. And then I can, in between, I can spam it, and it will put Nivs into the melody. So just periodically, as this goes, I can click it off and wait for the next song to come down. I'm hitting it, and I can get Nivs back in. So I can put Nivs into the rotation wherever I want, basically, and always have 6 songs up. So that's what makes this a very powerful tool, and something that most bards would probably want to have. The issue is that price has gone up. So the market knows what's good. So in order to get this, we are going to go in and solo it. So that's the whole point, right? So in order to get it, we got to kill the Blood of Chottal. So Blood of Chottal, that's the blood of the Emperor Chottal, right? He is a level 55 undead Ixar monk, right? So he doesn't cast, which is very nice. He is slowable, and he is mesable. So that kind of leads me into the Mez Heal tactic, as always. You can definitely charm within. I'll kind of talk about that. There's some routes to getting him down. He does summon, so be ready. He will hit up into the hundreds. Has 14,275 hit points. Even though that this is in the Kunark era, in which case we do have Luckland gear, it makes it easier. This dude still packs a punch, and I'll show it. I'll say that repeatedly throughout as I get into the fights. So coming down, you can job all kinds of little goodies. 100% chance of dropping one of these items: Cone of Mystics, Toland's Darkwood Van Braces, and then of course the Breath of Harmony, which has the lowest percent drop chance of 3%. If you were to get all kills, possibly 5 to 6 per hour, it took me about, it is an 8-minute respawn and about a 3-minute kill around that time. So I was averaging about 5 kills an hour, which, stat wise, you're looking at about 33 kills or so, probably more like 35 for a chance at seeing this, which would take you, if it was in a perfect world, about 5.5 hours, 5.5 to 6 hours potentially to see this. So that's the kind of timing that we're looking at getting this. So cool. That's kind of the weapon explained and why we're doing it. And we'll get into the map here to get down to the room. So this is the fun part. This probably takes the most time. So when going down to the camp, people are going to be camping it for the most, there may be people camping it. Always do a camp check when you're zoning in. I'll get into, because you don't want to get all the way down here and then you just can't get the camp, which would make me angry. But whatever. At least you can camp out inside and just kind of pop on, because this does take time, right? It's going to take you some time to get down here, and then actually going through the cycles is the lengthy part. Okay, cool. So starting at the entrance up here, what we want to do is get invis on. We want to have our lulls ready. There are a ton of frogs along the way. The main path, we're going to go straight down, come down and around out to the moat area, through the bridge where the scarabs are. Come down and around. We're going to get to the first locked door here at number 9. So this is the first locked door. So in this main room, there is a pather that will go back and forth over here. And then there's 1, 2, and then you have a big Sebulite golem up top. Typically, he is the one that summons. So in order to get through this locked door, we can't pick lock. We're going to use the summon mob to summon us through the door. And I'll show it as we get there. Once we're through, we'll try to Membler. I will only use Dreams of Aeon for this. Having Ancient Lullaby is a huge advantage as well, and makes this a lot easier, or at least a little bit faster. But all completely doable. So once we're in the room, he's blurred away. Make sure after you Membler, you hit him with lull so that he doesn't re-aggro for some reason. And you'll actually be... sorry, the door is about here. Or so. I think this is the door here. Because you get in, and then you can kind of get to these sides. These sides here to kind of scope stuff out. So cool. You got 3 mobs here in this room. And then you have 2 pathers that walk along. Potentially 3. They usually go off to their side rooms for a bit, and they'll path back and forth. And another one kind of comes down these areas. So potentially 3 pathers. We can look out. We can, if you have shrink or an illusion that makes you shorter, you can kind of look through walls and see this happening. So we'll kind of monitor that. Lull them all. Now we are in the undead side, so invisibility isn't going to work. We'll run down. I like to go this way. There is a door here. Kind of open that, see what's good. There are mobs in these rooms, which I'm not too worried about. All we want to do is get into the little cubby over here. Because in here, number 17, there is a pather. He will come up, and there is a door right here. And then 2 golems on either side in this room. I haven't tried just running through without lulling them. I've always lulled thus far in my attempt. So I wait for the pather, get him lulled, get the 2 golems on either side lulled, and then open the door, and there will be another 2 pathers, wherever they are in this tunnel. They will path around and do circles here. So be careful. So we want to, before we go to the door, just check real quick, and then we'll boogie in. So from here, right, we're coming down. I like to use this little cubby over here to kind of hang out and kind of think about what I'm doing. Because nothing paths over here and will aggro within this room. So we have 2 pathers, and then we have 2 outside the door. This is a locked door, and this is where the Blood of Chottal will be. So we need a summoning mob to get through this door again. So I'm going to end up just attacking everything. Obviously, you can just, if you time it, you can just get in here, see if one of these mobs summon quickly, and then try to just measure your way through the door, bring those adds. Chottal sits in like a little bathtub here. It's actually like a little coffin or something. And he won't aggro unless you go inside of that little coffin. So you could potentially bring both the mobs into the room and then try to Membler both, get them out. You can do some charming as well. Charm 1 to get to help fight the Blood of Chottal. Obviously with my gear, I'm going to be able to melee him down, and that's the method I'm going to do. So that's what's going to happen, or at least what I'm going to show in my video. So ultimately what I will do is start fighting, find a summon, pretty much clear these guys. They're easier for me to clear. I get it that not everyone can do that very quickly because we are worried about respawn times. But if we can take care of them and at least get one summoning guy charmed through the door, he will summon us, get through that, and then we can set up and start taking down Chottal. So that's a lot. It is a little nerve-wracking first time I did it because I've never had to do it before. But I think that this is the most fun, or at least the funnest part of this whole thing. And then once you get into the Chottal's room, is kind of just fighting him solo one-on-one. He will always respawn as the Blood of Chottal. There is no placeholder, so that's what makes it nice as well. So cool. So we'll get into getting down and getting busy. All right, so let's make our way down there. So first things first, what we'll do is always invis up, see what sees invis and what doesn't. So these two, we'll see that these ready to attack still and ready to attack. So with the loot on, I'll start lulling these two, and we'll hit what I call just checkpoints. It's just areas where we can kind of be safe after a lull or whatnot, where they are out of the line of sight, right where they won't attack. So cool. 2 down into this hallway. He's indifferent, he's indifferent. Around these corners, always be careful. They're always kind of hidden. One here, he's indifferent. Ready to attack. So we'll lull him and make it through this door. Sure, Viz is on, he's lulled. We'll just run straight through. Just kind of the next checkpoint here. Right in here. So cool, now we're out of the line of sight of these. One is indifferent. So we'll kind of use this to our advantage, where we can just lull him quick. Just so we can peek around the corner and Viz is back on. Alright, we got a few. So what I'll do is, for this Pox Scarab, I'll have to move out, so I'll do that first, I think. He might be the closest. I'm going to lull that Scarab, then lull this one, and the Knight. Going to re-lull for distance here. I'm going to try to pop around this corner once I get this one on. Okay, there's a shaman there. Just going to scoot over here for a second. This kind of gets me. There's a pather, so kind of lucky with that one. Okay, he's hopping away. Let's try this wizard. What we should be doing is trying to invis first here. So he's indifferent. He's indifferent. Scarab is indifferent. So that helps us out. We'll move over. Last one, Zol Knight's ready to attack, which He may or may not aggro. What I'll do is from this distance, just try it. And make it over here. It's a good little area here. Let's see. Kind of like a little area if you want to regather your thoughts to get back. Cool. So then Scarab is indifferent. Both are indifferent. Coming down, we'll have 3 frogs here. I believe he might move. Trying to see if this one will path. We can lull these two then. Actually, yeah, he's indifferent. Indifferent and indifferent. Actually, that works. Come right in. Corrupt Knight's ready to attack. They're both ready to attack. So now I'm going to wait for this enchanter to move. And our guy, who we are probably most likely going to use to mez, is going to be the Sebulite guard. So I'll kind of pop around the corner here. Just want the enchanter to move. So all we got to do is then, depending on this, on the Sebulite Guardian level, I'm just going to go for it. We're going to get him down, damage him, and then we'll push him through the door to get through. So here. Alright, he's moving. Just wait for him. Lull. Lull, and I'm going right for a snare. Kind of watching, making sure that that ad is well away. Start immediately fighting here. We want to get him down to about 95-ish, probably more if we can. So just be ready. I just got haste and snare. I'm going to only use dreams for this, for the Membler, in case you don't have ancient. So he's 93, so I'm going to start mezzing. That's good, he just summoned me. So now we want to chain mez. Double mez in case he heals up. And now it's all about just monitoring that ad with your back to the door, because with the dreams it pulls him in. Making sure that he still stays just below the 90. Alright, he is through. So now I'll just stop my song. And waiting for the mez counter to go down. Still making sure that the ad is out there. Or the pather, sorry. The pather's still away. Have our assist key ready so we know if we get a Membler or not. Now we are through. Alright, the Membler worked, so now get your lull back on. So when that breaks, you're fine right here in this little corner. And just let your lull run, and you'll see him path away. Now if it came back to me, then we'll just keep remezzing, we'll break the mez, and just keep going. I'll also get healing back on, now that he's out. Cool. So now we're waiting for some pathers. What can help here is if you have an illusion. Even as a human, let's see if I sit with these walls here. So we have 3 right here. Here's 1 Pather. Keep him targeted. And here is 2. So what I'm going to do is lull him. I'll switch back to my other. The other is out of range. So now, see if I can see him here. He may be well out of range. If he is out of range, let's just take that and use it to our advantage. So I'm just going to start lulling these. Skeletal Champion is 1. And just run in. I'm just kind of risking it here. So cool, he's down here. Let's get a lull on him. This is where we want to go. Perfect. That's just good timing. Open the door, see what we get. There are mobs around the corner here, which is fine. Nothing's here. So I'm just going to run in to right here. Use the camera angles. Now we're looking for this guy right here. He could be the caretaker, could be anyone else. So this Corrupt Ghoul Knight. Now we're on the undead side, so these are all going to see through your invis, which is why I'm not worried about invis from this point. So I'll just get a lull on him. Looking out for these golems, the crypt golems, guardians, sorry. I'm just going to lull them. Why not? Make sure we get timing on here, and we're going to go right through the door. Be careful going through the door, because there are pathers that come through as well. Just be on the lookout, and we'll go to the left. Be careful, don't go beelining through, because there are 2 pathers. There he is. He just stopped. There he is. Get a lull quick, because there is a second one somewhere. And we can kind of go back into this little safe cubby back here. Try to see if I can bring it up on the map over here, where I'm at on my self map. So I'm trying to see where the next pather is, which is this skeleton here. That's fine. And then we have 2 in front of the door. So now what we want to do is find out which one, if any, can summon. So all I'm going to do now is start fighting one of these, at least, or clear these 2 roamers. That will make this a lot easier. So I might have to take the time to do that. So with these knights here, I would recommend Charming. So we really don't need Kazumis anymore. Going to should have a set for this as well. I'm just going to charm him, actually. Why not? He'll use his harm touch there on that guy, and then we'll wait for the second pather to start fighting. No longer need invis. Let's kind of switch out to these others. And okay, so he will pass around. I'll just have my pet here sit for a second. I do have 18 seconds on the charm, so just be ready to recharm. Once I find, oh, there he is. Cool, attack, let them fight for a second. Okay, this guy just summoned, so that's good. Let me get my bearings here. Actually, I have all these. Let me get all these buffs off. Didn't realize that. Since we know he summons, that could be to our advantage. So let's kill the ghoul. I'm just gonna. So what I'm gonna do is snare him for a second. I'm gonna break it with Invis, and then re-summon or re-charm the skeleton champion. Alright, get the melody going here. Taking more damage than I should have just now. Being clumsy. Obviously with the gear, this is going to be much easier. Take your time. Keep it in these areas back here for the most part. And then we'll keep charming and healing as need be. If you also want to, I wouldn't say probably memblur this guy and taking care of the other two in front of the door, but we'll just use the same pet to get through all of the ads here. If you wanted to be, you know, real skillful and just lull everything all at once, and then trying to push one through, that would be pretty cool as well. Keeps resisting. There we go. Don't really need solidarity of vision at this point. So I will put nivs up and just get healing going. I got different. We have a fungi staff, so I'll use that too, just to get me back up. I'll sit. He's gonna summon me anyways, but we'll get ready to fight the next one, and we can do that right down here. Alright, charm is about to wear off. Let me just start playing it. Oh, I almost had it. Just gonna heal up full and then come back for purposes of the video. Okay, almost full, but we'll get this going anyways. I'm going to get him charmed. And again, if also because of the gear, we are beefier in the Luklin era with the armor. This is made a lot easier. Otherwise, I'd be using Song of Dawn and dots and whatnot to assist in this if you were not as geared. Okay, got him recharmed. That was good. So this guy summons 2, so that's good. I also wanted to just kind of get into it because we do have to care about respawn times. Since I'm good on health, I'm going to go right into the next one. We'll get him away from the door a little bit. Not that it doesn't really matter. My guy is still, my pet is still lower on health, so that's good too. So I know that he'll summon. And this is the last door to get through. Still no one else in the zone, which is good. So Blood of Chottal right here at the top. Since the Blood of Chottal is in he's in like his little bathtub or his little coffin, he should not aggro once I push the mob through the door. So cool. What we'll do, we get fungal overgrowth off, clear this, come over to the door, going to break the mez, or sorry, break the charm, and then just start chain casting dreams. Don't want him healing up, but regardless, just keep chain casting, get him through as quick as we can. As soon as he's through that door, that's about all the distance you need. There we go. And now we just kind of wait. And now this time I'm waiting. I'm going to see if I can get the memory blur. So Mez is fading. 3, 2, 1. Boom, we're through. Mez. Then assist. Perfect. Memory blur worked. Get a lull on him. And there he is. Blood of Chottal, so stay right in this room. We'll come over to the side. Make sure he kind of goes away. We'll fight right here. Perfect. He's out. Don't even need that. And I have a spell set for this fight in particular, and I'll just show it real quick. What I'm trying to do to maximize this fight, I would definitely be using all self buffs, everything you got. And all that. Real quick about this room, there's nothing else really in here. I don't fight near the doors. As you can see, I can kind of just go all the way around. He's not going to aggro until you go into this little coffin or tomb or whatever. Out here, you have plenty of distance. You can just chill right here, right over in the corners, whichever side you want. I just fight right here. Just don't get too close to the door, obviously, with the 2 adds that will respawn outside. So this is cool. So that's how we get to the room, and we'll get to grinding. Using my song lineup here, still using Dreams, Brusco's Bombastic Bellow. So I'll wait for that to kind of refresh. It's a 5-minute refresh. Nivs, I do have Ancient Lucia's. Use Cantata, whatever you got for your healing. War Song, McVaxius for attack and damage shield, and then Psalm for damage shield, and then Dirge. So what I'll do is, I'll show the tactic here in a second of kind of jumping in the air really quickly to get a cast off of Dirge to give you that extra bonus DPS. As soon as he comes out, I'll hit him with double Dreams. Make sure all my buffs are good. Then I'll do a form of Slow and then Bombastic Bellow. And then the fight is on. So that's how I am going to approach it. Then you can switch out Dirge to your slow, and I'll get into that here in a second. Okay, so for every fight, ensure that you have your singing modifiers on, whether you have Voice of the Serpent, Shadow Song, Cloak, and we're going to use the song Amplification. Those will enhance the damage of your dirge. Again, you don't have to use dirge for every single one for as long as you have mana, but it's just a good way to get this guy down just a little bit more. So I'm going to jump at the top of the jump to get you out of the line of sight just for a moment. Give it a second here. Sometimes he will aggro, so it doesn't always work. Here we go for dirge. He'll summon, pull him out, hit him with a double mez. Got him for 1900. That's really nice. Alright, double mez is good. I'm going to switch out these. One with, just going to use Nivs. And then you're slow. So I'm just going to use that or Anglitch. I can use Anglitch and then maximize everything else. It's kind of the way actually I will attempt this. But just know that I'm trying to use Brusco's Bombastic Bellow as well. So I'm going to hit him with a slow. So he's pre-slowed. And then of course he's going to be resistant. You could use Amplify on that as well, but that's a lot of clicking and not enough song slots. So we'll hit him with Brusco's and then right into the melody. So I got him another 700 on top of that, which gets him down to almost 80%. And now we are off to the races. So if you have to heal and whatnot, you can switch to Anglitch and just maximize another heal song within your melody rotation. Because right now, I have 5 songs going already. So they'll eat it up. And then maximize your damage shield, obviously using all your clickies and whatnot. I'm going to go full bore once I do this. Just use what you got. That's what I would recommend. I know I do have raid gear with lesser. You're going to have to heal up maybe once or twice per fight. The guy still hits hard. Blood of Mr. Chottal here still packs a punch. So we'll do this for every single fight and we'll get to the grind. Alright, check it out. 21st spawn. This is 4 hours, almost to the dot. Just gearing up here, get some last minute buffs on, and we'll be ready to rock. So what I've been doing with all these guys is my song lineup. I'm gonna try to hit him with a dirge first, and then followed by a Brusco's, followed by a double mez, then Brusco's. I'll get a slow on him, and then just melody and DPS on the way for the rest of the way. Sorry. As you can see, nothing else in the room, so he spawns inside the little tub in the tomb, and so what we got to do here, he's not line of sight currently, so what I'm going to do is just jump and hit him with a dirge, or at least try to. So here we go. At the top of the jump, okay, he just aggroed, which is fine, that happens. So I'm going to hit him with a slow. I'm using energy sap from Horn of Shadows, so this is money right there. I'm going to hit him with Brusco's now, just to get a little bit of extra DPS, and then we are now in the fight. So pretty cool. It's been chipping away. The only one at this camp thus far that I've seen. And it's been pretty manageable so far. So there have been a few where if I mismanaged some songs, like I didn't realize slow got resisted or something, where I did have to heal up a little bit. Yes, with raid gear and self-clickies and whatnot. This has made it a lot easier. I'm just using the Howler illusion of the werewolf, right, for the attack. I was switching out to a primal, but I'm just kind of lazy. So we're chipping them away. Definitely, with lesser gear, definitely going to have to heal up during these fights. So this might make it look a little more simplistic. But I promise you, he does pack a punch. He will get me down. He's got me down to the last bubble, even down to like 5% because I was getting a little cocky. But don't forget about your death dance if you have to. and all that. Yeah, if you do have the mez, always hit with the double mez in case he gets the Membler. You do not want him regenerating life rapidly, so hit him with that double on the initial, and then you can just hit him normally until it breaks or whatever. Then you got to redo the double mez tactic. So as mentioned before, right, he spawns every time 8 minutes. So yeah, it averaged out. I started 4 hours ago, and so I'm getting average 5 kills an hour at this rate that I'm doing here. And luckily, RNG gods blessed me on the 4th hour with the Breath of Harmony here. So cool. Horn of Shadows, definitely a cheater item. This is my new favorite item. This thing is cool. It's a 35% slow, but it lasts for 6 minutes 30 seconds, and there's no dot or any component to it. So for this mob in particular, I have no problem using that. So I can just twist more songs in, not have to worry about it. Obviously not everyone's gonna have that, so I would definitely use Anglitch first. Practice with that. See if you can last for a minute, so that you can maximize your songs over here. And if not that, then of course use Cello's constant chain. Twist that in for the max. You know what? I'm just gonna Death Dance just because why not? Because I can. Use everything you got. A lot of orbs and a lot of Tolan's Darkwood arms, so it's seen quite a few. And then from here, I'm just gonna probably just hammer out, gate out, however you want to do it. I am not gonna run out of this place. Doing this the reverse way is a little tough. So here we go. Boom, baby. Breath of Harmony. Cool. Well, I hope that helps. Hope you can get down here and get the killing. And I will see you guys next time.